Alright, so I wanted to clear up the misconceptions that are entirely and fully my fault from class today. Effectively what happened was I got in a mental block where I kept doing the same mistake through, well, different varieties, which is actually not uncommon in this problem, and maybe productive for those of you who are able to follow along with why I was so stuck. That being said, that doesn't help you learn how to do this the right way. And so let's do that very quickly. This doesn't take long. So this step should make sense to us. All we've done here is take 80 grams of aluminum and run it through to find moles of iron and moles of iron. We did this in class. This is a limiting reagent. This is literally 2 steps to like this part. Is it new? Is it hard? Of course, the bigger the number, that's our excess reactant, and the smaller number, that's our limiting reactant. So in this case, we're being held back by rust. If we just had some more rust, we could use more aluminum. But we don't have more rust. We have, well, aluminum. And what was going wrong was I started off with the excess reactant class. In both ways I did it, which was stupid. I used to start with the limiting reactant because that's what I know something about. And the moment I realized this was right at the end of class, so 3 minutes longer, it would have been golden. So it goes. So I've used up all of this, right? And so what I'm going to do to find the excess reactant is I'm actually going to kind of ignore the fact any of that's gone on so far. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just restart and say, okay, well, I know my limiting reactant, that was the rust. I know I started off with 150 grams of that rust there, which is another way of saying I start off with, I divide it by its molar mass. I get like 0.98 maybe. Let's figure this out. 150 divided by 150.9. 0.939. So 0.931. And so when I was done with the reaction, I used up all of those moles of rust, right? All of it's gone. And I can use stoic to work backwards from this point. Okay, and so far, this is actually not different than what we've done in class. Right, I've got moles of iron 2 oxide. And so what I can do is I can get rid of moles Fe2O3, and I can turn them into moles of the excess reactant, in this case aluminum. And if I do that here, we end up multiplying by 2, which by happenstance gets us back to 1.87 mole. Now, that is just coincidental that those two numbers match. It won't always be the case, it just depends on this ratio, right? It's coincidence in this time, but it's convenient. Well, if instead of doing that 1.87, I could actually finish this step out. And here's where the big problem is actually happening. I can get rid of those moles of aluminum by just multiplying by aluminum's molar mass. And for some freaking stupid reason, I kept doing it by iron oxide. I had mislabeled something in class. And so we started multiplying by the, well, limiting reactant, which was stupid. So if I do it this way, things work out nicely. I take that 0.93 and multiply it by 2, 0.939. And then I multiply by the 27 grams of aluminum, and I get 50.7 grams. And that's how many grams I used up. But that's not how many are left, that's how many I used. I got to get rid of it. So I started with like 80 grams, and I took away 50 grams. So I had like 30 grams left. Well, specifically there's a decimal, so technically I had like 29.3 grams left. And that's all I had to do. That's it. It's actually not terrible. And it's kind of unfortunate that I was, well, a little stuck in class today. And that's undoable. So your homework packet from like last Tuesday, that will be due, well, Monday. And I won't give you new homework on this. How I'm going to rectify the situation from today is just quite simply I'm going to give you group work, and we'll work through one of these problems in class together to make sure that all the misconceptions are smoothed out. So I apologize again for the confusion, and thank you for your kind of patience on that. And then I know we'll work it through tomorrow. As far as I can tell, this still puts us on track for a test on Wednesday, given this is the only concept in here that I think could be difficult in any way in the long term, which means if you're still in the needing to take the stoichiometry passive or dive quiz, you have until Tuesday afternoon. Have a good weekend.